AIDS Walk LA will be different this year.
I walk in memory of my husband until there's a cure.
We can't walk together, but we can still fight together.
It enrages me to action.
And although we've made progress over the years,
we have come leaps and bounds from where we were.
The battle continues.
You're a hero this year, and I'm so grateful to you for your efforts.
Localish LA AIDS Walk Edition starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Localish LA. It is AIDS Walk LA 2020.
Yes, hello to you all. Hi, Ellen. You know, ordinarily, Ellen, you and I would be hitting the streets with thousands of people to raise money for APLA health and local organizations, but I guess the pandemic has put a stop to that this year. Fear not, though. AIDS Walk LA 2020 will go ahead, and this year it's digital.
And now more than ever, local charities need your support. And for many of these groups, AIDS Walk LA is the only fundraising event of the year. So let's take a look at how it all got started.
Welcome to AIDS Walk.
It started off as a movement for people who they felt being ignored, and that's where AIDS Walk Los Angeles stepped in. It was an opportunity for people to come together, to grieve, to make a movement to end an epidemic. It was supposed to be a small event on the Paramount Studio lot that year. This was 3 days after Rock Hudson disclosed its AIDS diagnosis to the world. There was now a face to this that people could recognize. Since then, we've had millions of walkers. We've raised almost $90 million.
I connected with AIDS Walk Los Angeles as a sign language interpreter. I started out with the challenge of raising money, and I like good causes. And over the years, as I heard people's stories, it became personal. If I can provide a connection and a voice for one person, and AIDS Walk has provided that opportunity for decades, my life is better for it.
I've been doing the AIDS Walk since 1985 when they first started. I did know people even very early on that got sick and died. And I wanted to do something that helped, and I thought it was a very important cause. It's also really important because it helps educate people. These days, I still do it because I want to help people. So compassion, I think, is one of the major drivers for all of it.
We were the first AIDS Walk in the world. What it's become today is more of a celebration and a victory march. I mean, there's nothing like an AIDS Walk community, not that I know of, at least in Los Angeles. They're passionate, they're dedicated, they go out there, even in a COVID-19 year when it's really rough to fundraise.
I walk in honor of my husband, Victor. I lost my husband, it'll be 25 years in December, from AIDS, and he passed in 1995, and in 1996 we started walking. Significance of me continuing this for 25 years is just the fact of how much he meant to me and how much an APLA means to me. At the end of my letters that I send out to people to donate, I always put, I walk in memory of my husband. I don't want to cry. I walk in memory of my husband until there's a cure and because we're miracles.
At the bottom of your screen, you're going to see all the names of our generous sponsors for this year's AIDS Walk LA 2020, and we want to thank each and every single one of them. And it's not too late for you to get involved because all the money raised tonight is going to be doubled by an anonymous, very generous sponsor. So go to AIDSWalkLA.org and you can form a team or you can sponsor a walker.
That is amazing. Now, as the host of ABC7's entertainment brand On the Red Carpet, I was really excited and also moved to see just how many celebrities have lent their support over the years.
As you begin your walk, I want to wish you good luck, and I want you to remember that with your individual efforts today, it takes us that much closer to our goal.
Actress, singer, and dancer Anne Margaret was one of the first celebrities to attend AIDS Walk LA back in 1985. Since then, a galaxy of stars have participated and lent their voices and time to this extraordinary cause.
History will record that a number of individuals made truly remarkable contributions to humanity in the midst of this tragic health crisis.
The sad thing is, everybody is affected by this disease.
And while there have been huge advances in treatment and preventative treatment, celebrities have helped call people to action to do more.
10 years ago, a majority of the public was indifferent to this crisis, and many people in the entertainment industry were just a wee bit unwilling to be associated with the cause. That, I am happy to say, has changed.
We work on prevention, then we're not going to have to work on getting sick people better.
It's just a great thing that everyone is able to come together and do this for people who really need their help.
And one celebrity who has walked in multiple AIDS walks and once worked for APLA Health is Wilson Cruz.
Pandemic or not, we need the support, the education, and the care that AIDS Walk helps APLA provide. You're a hero this year, and I'm so grateful to you for your efforts.
Now, speaking of celebrity supporters, here's one now, Jane Lynch.
Since 1985, hundreds of thousands of walkers and their supporters have raised nearly $90 million to combat HIV and AIDS through local organizations like my favorite, Project Angel Food. All the money raised from AIDS Walk LA stays in Southern California. Now here's a look at how that money is used.
It's really important for us to be able to raise money from AIDS Walk Los Angeles each and every year. These dollars allow us to do the most creative, cutting edge, the new things that we can't with some of our other funding, particularly government funding. So for example, this year, obviously with COVID-19, we really had to pivot in the way that we deliver services. And AIDS Walk money is helping us be able to meet that immediate need because it is flexible and responsive.
When people contribute to us, they know those monies are going to programs to ensure that our clients are being well taken care of, that our food pantries operate, ensures that our clinics operate, ensures that our housing programs operate, all the cost of ensuring these programs. It allows us to ensure that that gap is covered and we can fulfill the needs of those programs. It's something that I'm very proud of. Our HIVE program, the HIV elders, these are clients who are in some cases late 50s, 60s plus, who survived the epidemic. They live on about $900 a month and they have PTSD because most of their friends passed away. And if it wasn't for APLA Health and the services, these folks would be forgotten. And even during COVID, we're doing Zoom calls. We did a movie night. We delivered pizza. And so we're giving them dignity. We're giving them quality of life.
One of the things about AIDS Walk Los Angeles is the amazing awareness that gets raised every year through this event. But it's also an opportunity for the entire community to fundraise, particularly smaller organizations that do HIV and AIDS work. We make it really easy for them to sign up walkers. And we have amazing partners every year like Project Angel Food and lots of other organizations from across the county. And they're able to keep 100% of what they and their fundraisers raise from the event each year. We've made tremendous progress. And what we really have to be concerned about is coming out of COVID in a much worse place than we were because we frankly took our eye off the ball.
Coming up here from one of the thousands of clients of APLA Health. But first, more celebrity support for AIDS Walk LA.
Hey everybody, it's me, KRESSLEY here, and I walk because there are still millions of people living all over the world with HIV and AIDS. And although we cannot be together walking this year, I want to say thank you to APLA Health and all of you who are participating in AIDS Walk LA to raise important funds to support members of our community who still need our help. And hopefully, one day we won't need to walk to fight AIDS. There will be a cure. But until then, let's please all come together and continue to support AIDS Walk Los Angeles and APLA.
Hi, this is Margaret Cho. I want to thank everybody for taking part this year in AIDS Walk and APLA. Thank you for taking part in it. You are helping all of LA's most vulnerable citizens in this very, very important event. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Alan Cumming, and I walk in homage to everyone we've lost and for all the people who work so hard, who sacrificed so much, who had to live with all this horrible stigma, who are still living with stigma. I walk to celebrate them and to show support for them and to tell them that I love them.
APLA Health wants to thank and recognize this year's AIDS Walk Los Angeles premier sponsors.
Welcome back to this special edition of Localish LA.
Right now, let's hand things over to Grey's Anatomy star Jake Borelli.
The AIDS Walk LA raises funds that are a vital lifeline that sustain APLA Health's prevention, care, and advocacy programs for over 18,000 individuals here in Southern California. I'd like you to meet one of them now.
I found out I was HIV positive on my 27th birthday, and I immediately just fell apart and started bawling. The first person I ended up calling was my mom. She knew just as little as I did, and it was actually a fear of hers for the entire time that she knew I was gay, since I was 18, that I would end up with AIDS and die. And she was there, and she was supportive, although scared. All the terrible, scary, horrific images that people have seen over the years of people dying of AIDS is what I associated with that. I had no understanding outside of AIDS is bad. So immediately the medicine started to do its job. Really, all the credit goes to the medicine, because I just simply had to follow my doctor's orders, take the medicine every day, and then very, very quickly, the HIV was under control. Now I am healthier than I've ever been. I am undetectable, which means I can't transmit the virus to anyone. I also have incorporated physical fitness and healthy eating. I'm a competitive bodybuilder. I go see my doctor once every 6 months. It's a really nice experience. When they draw my blood, and they draw quite a bit, I think the last time it was 6 or 7 vials, they check to see that the virus is under control, that I'm still undetectable. I just feel really good going there.
Okay, kiddo, thanks for being patient today. Thank you. You're brilliant. I love seeing you. All is good.
So I feel like I have a connection and a relationship with not just my doctor, but also the nurse, the front desk person. And then on top of that, my doctor is amazing, and he really, really knows his stuff. And so I feel really comfortable and well taken care of going there.
Okay, that's it. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
We'll see you in 6 months.
I think it's even more important for people living with HIV that they feel especially welcomed and comfortable and normalized when they go to see their healthcare provider. Living with HIV will not hinder me from being able to live my best, happiest, healthiest life.
Thank you, Rave, for sharing your strength and your story.
Join the fight. Go to AIDSWalkLA.org and do it now, because tonight's money will be doubled by a very generous anonymous sponsor.
Meet the real stars of AIDS Walk Los Angeles. All these Star Walkers are volunteer fundraisers who have already raised $1,000 or more. Congratulations, and thank you to all of the 2020 Star Walkers. APLA Health wants to thank and recognize this year's AIDS Walk Los Angeles grand sponsors.
We want to thank everyone for making this digital edition of AIDS Walk LA 2020 a success. Now, the mission of APLA is to end the AIDS epidemic by achieving healthcare equality and promoting well-being for the LGBTQ+ community and all the other underserved communities.
A lot of times when we talk about health disparities, when we talk about African American, Latino folks, what we're really talking about are folks not having access to services in their community that is available to them and that's culturally appropriate, where they go to a space that has people that look like them and love like them. And so we become a safe refuge. And if we weren't here, where would folks go?
There are communities of color in this country, in this county, who do not have equal access to care and support that other people do.
As a federally qualified health center, APLA Health is providing a resource. We have HIV prevention services where we educate them on HIV information, we provide testing. Additionally, we also offer PrEP services, the pill that people take every day to prevent HIV, as well as PEP for those who had a recent exposure to HIV. We really meet a need for really little to no cost.
One of the things that we've seen with this epidemic, we look at the death rates, we look at the discussion about essential workers. This disproportionate impact in communities of color is something that we've been living with in HIV and AIDS for many, many years. So I hope that we all take this opportunity as we make our COVID response and as we support APLA Health and AIDS Walk Los Angeles, to also put this in context of healthcare equity.
It shouldn't depend on where you live for the quality of service you get. So as part of our continued growth as an organization, we have established a partnership with Charleston University to open up the Watts Willowbrook Health Center. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful facility. Wherever you are, we're going to receive you and provide you with the best service possible. We really want for this to be a space that the community is proud of, because the community deserves that.
Now, we're not just fighting against the disease, we are also fighting against the stigma from the misinformation that still exists about HIV and AIDS. Since the very onset of HIV/AIDS in the early 80s, fear has played a major part of public perception, creating a stigma that exists right up to today.
It enrages me to action, while simultaneously really making me feel less than.
One famous campaign from the 80s, designed to make those feel less than and spark fear around the disease, was known as the Grim Reaper commercial.
That in 3 years, nearly 2,000 of us will be dead.
A recent study conducted by GLAAD found that only half of Americans feel knowledgeable about HIV.
We have come enormously far, and I think I can say that with some degree of reflection, because I was involved with taking care of patients who had a disease that wasn't even called AIDS yet.
Messaging like U equals U or undetectable equals untransmittable means that people living with HIV who are on medication and undetectable can no longer transmit the virus.
It's without a doubt now that if you treat an individual, get their viral load to below detectable level, you make it impossible for that person to transmit the virus.
So, what does that mean for the stigma that still exists?
When you show scientifically that U actually equals U, you remove the stigma, but also the reality is that you don't infect anybody else.
As Dr. Fauci says, we have the tools to end the epidemic, and we have the medicine to control HIV. Now, I've been living with HIV now for over 10 years. Ellen, you know that. And Ellen, see this? See that?
Yeah.
This little pill, I take this once a day with my multivitamin. I'm undetectable. It means I cannot pass the virus on. I'm untransmittable.
And we love to hear that, Carl, because your bravery, your honesty, and your commitment to ending stigma is so commendable. I adore you. I love you. We all love you. Thank you. And you know who else we love? Jenifer Lewis, and she's coming right up.
Can't wait.
Hey, everybody. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so grateful to you for taking part in this year's virtual AIDS Walk LA.
AIDS Walk LA is such a powerful event. It gives us hope. It gives us a sense of community. This year is a little different. We can't walk together, but we can still join forces to fight AIDS together.
I want you to know, truly know, that you are saving lives by supporting APLA and walking the AIDS Walk LA, even virtually. I hope I see you out there next year. Thank you.
I look forward to a day where there is no longer a need for AIDS Walk LA. But until then, please support APLA Health.
APLA Health wants to thank and recognize this year's AIDS Walk Los Angeles principal sponsors.
Welcome back to this special AIDS Walk LA edition of Localish LA.
And now something I'm so excited to say, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jenifer Lewis.
Hey, listen, I am honored to be a part of AIDS Walk Los Angeles. I have been participating for many, many years after losing a lot of friends back in the 80s and early 90s. But listen, I just want to thank the volunteers. And I want you to know how important you are, that you've dedicated your time, energy, and commitment. We couldn't do it without you. So I salute you today. Okay? Keep up the great work. And go get 'em, Tiger. Hey!
Hey everyone, we're walking to support APLA's Digital AIDS Walk 2020.
And each of our steps brings us closer to saving a life.
Please join us by donating to this cause.
Thank you.
From HBO.
So proud LA.
Hey everyone, this is Gina, Danielle, and Erica from Anthem Blue Cross. And for 35 years we've joined AIDS Walk, and we will continue to walk with the support of our sponsors. If you haven't joined us yet, join today. Thanks for your support. Go AIDS Walk!
I'm Doris. And I'm Janessa. And we're
we're members of the Starbucks Pride Alliance in Los Angeles.
AIDS Walk is important at Starbucks because our involvement saves lives. Although this year it might look a little different, our spirit and determination remains the same.
As the Angelinos, we have a responsibility to positively impact our community. Join us in the fight against AIDS because together we can change the world.
I'm Jessica Drake, leader of Team Wicked. We've been proud supporters of AIDS Walk LA since 2012, and even though we can't do the walk in person this year, the cause is closer to our hearts than ever before. We walk to end the stigma. Thank you, AIDS Walk, and thank you, APLA.
I have walked and done fundraising for AIDS Walk Los Angeles for almost 20 years, and I always get an enthusiastic response. People really do care and want to help.
Supporting the AIDS Walk right now is super important considering that it helps out a lot of people impacted by the political climate and global issues right now. It's also a great way for youth like myself to get involved with bringing about positive change.
Now, it's not too late to join the Digital AIDS Walk LA 2020, and it's certainly not too late to sponsor a walker or a team. Just go to aidswalkla.org and all the information is there. And remember, all the money we raise tonight will be matched by that anonymous sponsor, Ellen.
And we want to thank you all again for joining us tonight. And Carl and I will see you in person for next year's AIDS Walk LA 2021. Can't wait. Good night, Carl.
Good night, Ellen.
Hey everyone, it's Jada Essence Hall.
Hi Los Angeles, it's me, Heidi in Closet.
Hey everyone, it's Brooklyn Heights. AIDS Walk Los Angeles 2020 is still happening. AIDS Walk Los Angeles 2020 is still happening. This year, due to coronavirus, honey, we are not able to walk on the streets, but we will be taking it online. APLA Health provides quality care, support, and education programs. These help create better health outcomes for everyone in Los Angeles County. Every dollar raised gets us that much closer to ending the HIV epidemic. AIDS Walk Los Angeles is the biggest fundraising event of the year for APLA Health. No matter your race, HIV status, income, or neighborhood.
To fund APLA Health's care, support, and education programs. These directly benefit more than 18,000 people in the LA County. Bye everyone!
Don't miss an all-new episode of Localish LA on Sunday at 6:30 on ABC 7. Or click on the subscribe button and watch Localish LA anytime.